do a little bit of yoga. We will start standing up, and you can do this with your shoes on or off. It doesn't matter. Just go at your own pace today. Let your hands kind of slide up and down the legs, warming the hands, creating blood flow in the legs going towards the feet. And as we stand, we're going to draw little circles with our wrist, wiggling our fingers. You might lean to one side. You can draw circles or wiggle the toes. And then the other side, wiggling the toes. And then I want you to reverse the circle, go the other way with your hands and start to lift. Kind of wiggle the muscles in the arms. And then we'll hold at the top, climbing a ladder. Lifting one side, lifting the other. Taking deep breaths in, exhaling out. Breathing in and exhaling out. Both hands will come up. Breathing in, exhale out. Release the toxins through the mouth. Inhale, lifting. It's a sun breath. Exhale. One more time. Inhaling up. And we'll let the hands trace down the legs. Melting to the front, just letting the body hang in a rag doll. Now you can sway side to side, loosening up the back, loosening up any tension you might have. The body hangs, soften the knees. Gently feel the hips move. You might draw a little figure 8 with the hips. You might just shift your weight side to side. And we'll come to the center and draw circles on the floor with your fingertips. Moving from the rag doll to pebbles in the pond. Imagine your fingers touching the warm water, reaching down to the bottom, to the rocks. Tracing the edges, you might reverse the circle going the other way. And then come to the center, soften the knees, and then begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time, tightening the muscles on the back of the legs to help stack the spine, pushing the toes into the mat. Shoulders lift up, back and down. And we shake your head, yes. Loosen up any tension in the neck. And then the hands come out and up, going up high to the sky. And then down. We're going to touch the knees. Today we will go to the floor. We're going to trace your hands all the way down till we add a little squat. Fingertips touch the mat, and we'll step back to a push-up plank. Nice straight line with the spine. Now you can be on your knees if that's more comfortable, or you can be on your toes. Doing always what feels best. We're going to slowly lower down. Now you can hover over the mat or just relax. So we're going to look forward to a cobra or upward dog. Now you have the elbows bent straight. We're going to soften the neck, loosen up any tension. Now pushing the fingertips into the mat, we lift the hips up and they push back. You could be a puppy dog on the knees or the full downward dog on the toes. So you adjust for your body. Do what feels best. As we push with the fingertips, it protects the wrist, engaging the muscles in the arm. Belly button pulls to the spine and the hips push back a little more. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, push that breath towards the hip. From here, we walk the dog, bend one knee, then the other, kind of pedaling the feet. Then walk your feet in towards your hands. We're in a forward fold. We're going to soften the knees, push with the toes, tighten the muscles on the back of the legs, and roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Shoulders lift to the ears and push back and down. We shake your head yes. Loosen up the neck. And we do that again. We're going to bend the knees and scoop forward. For the sun salutation, we reach to the sun, getting the warmth from the sky. Hands come out and down. You can swan dive forward, bringing the hands to the floor. Just trace your hands down the legs, melting to the front, softening the knees. Fingertips touch the mat. Step back to the push-up plank, however you feel best. Now you can be on the knees or on the toes, always adjusting for your body. And then we slowly lower down, melting to the ground, just relaxing to the floor. And then we're going to look forward to a cobra or upward dog, extending the spine, relaxing the feet. And then slowly lowering down, we're going to lift the hips up, push with the fingertips, and push the hips back. Now you can be on your knees. It's called the puppy dog. You can be on your toes. That would be the downward dog. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, push the hips back a little farther. Shoulders lower a little bit here. And then we're going to walk the dog. Bend one knee, then the other. Alternate the feet. Walk your feet in towards your hands. And when you choose, we're going to slowly roll up. Pushing your toes and heels down into the mat, engaging the muscles on the back of the leg. Shoulders lifting to the ears and pushing back and down. Shake your head yes. Feels pretty good. Walk in place. Adjust your feet. If you roll the shoulders, our hands will come out to the side, up to the sky. We're going to lean to the left. Now we're going to think of pushing that right heel into the mat. So it comes down, and we think of pushing the right hip out to the side. Now hands are together or apart. It doesn't matter, because eventually we lower the left arm. Turn right palm up. Bring the elbow back and look up to see the sun. Breathing in. And exhaling out. And that stretch, open up the rib cage, stretch under the arm. And then we'll place your hand on your head. Feel the gentle stretch of the neck as it falls to the right. Wiggle the left fingertips. Turn the palm up and down a couple times. So we're loosening up the shoulder. Slowly lift. With each rotation, we'll go a little higher. And then from here, our hands come together at the top and down, heart center. Big breath in, expand the rib cage. Exhale, empty out all the air, bring that belly button towards the spine. It pushes in, you kind of scrunch up the stomach. Inhale, expanding. Think of the ribs filling with oxygen, fresh air, the hips fill. Maybe even lift the arch of the feet. And then dig the big toe back down. Push all the air out as we empty, 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 empty. Inhale, expanding. Renewing the breath. Exhale, emptying. You're going to lace your fingers together. They slide inside one another and we let the hands drop down. They push towards the ground and we kind of lift the shoulders up and down a couple times. Shoulders push down. And then we bring the hands forward just to where it feels comfortable with the shoulders pushing to the floor. So wherever it feels good for you, it can be anywhere in front. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling, letting the hands come back down. Fingertips touch, and we'll have your hands go in and out like a spider. And they start to come up higher towards the sky. When we come to the top, we'll hold and lean over to the right. Push the left heel into the mat. The heel pushes down, hip pushes out to the side. And eventually that right hand drops down towards the ground. Left palm turns up, elbow pulls back. Look up to see the sun. Breathing in. Exhaling out. And then stand tall, placing the hand on the head. And then hand drop to the side, stretching the neck. Wiggle the fingers. That right hand. And then we'll turn the palm up and down, kind of loosen up the shoulder. And when you're ready, we'll slowly start to lift. With each rotation coming a little higher to the sky. And we're going to lift the roof off the building. Both hands come up. We push the palms high. Fingertips feel like they have a little bit of weight on them. They pull back. We lift up the roof, lift up the rib cage off the front of the hip. You might even lift the heel off the ground. You can add a little bounce, lowering down. That's some lymphatic drainage. One more big breath in. Exhaling out. Hands will eventually release out and down. Shoulders roll back. Shake your head yes. Loosen up any tension in the neck. Adjust your feet. We're going to stand hip distance apart. Like we're on a railroad track. The left leg will slide straight back so you still have that space between. The heel lifts up and down a couple times. I'm going to turn so you can see it pushes down into the mat. Front knee is bent. And we're going to lift that left hand up high to the sky. I want you to reach the hand as high as it'll go. Feel that stretch through the hip. Down into the heel, all on the left side. Breathing in. And exhaling out. And we're going to open up the shoulder, bringing that left hand all the way back and down. I want you to place it on the back leg. Feel the shoulder open up across the front. Breathing in. Exhaling out. One last deep breath in. And exhale. The back arm comes up and around and down in the front. We're going to rock back and forth. Lift up the back heel, the front toe. And then step forward, walking in place. Adjusting the feet. And then we'll bring your right leg straight back. Heel pushes into the mat. You might lift it up and down a couple times. And then it pushes into the ground. Right hand will come forward into the sky. Reaching high, stretching up. Big breath in. Exhale, reach a little higher. Feel that length from the fingertip through the hip to the toe. Another big breath in. And the hand comes back and down in the back side. It touches the leg. I want that shoulder to open. Feel it open up behind. And your hand just rests on the leg. Breathing in. Exhaling out. And then right hand comes up and around. Next to the ear. And then down and forward. Moving out of the warrior one, we'll rock back and forth in a rocking horse. Step forward when you're ready. Walk in place. And we're going to stand a little bit wider. Pull the belly button in. I want you to push your hips back. Sliding the hands down the legs, forward folding. Melting to the front. Your hands can be anywhere on the legs. They can go to the feet or the floor. Think of pulling the stomach in, pushing the hips back. A little deeper stretch on the back of the leg. You might try to straighten out the spine. So you get a deeper stretch in the hamstring. Shake your head yes here. Loosen up any tension in the neck. You could always use a chair for your hands or a yoga block. So adjust for your body and what you need. So if you ever need any props. go ahead and do so. You can also have your hands on a pillow or just on the legs. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes again. It's time to release out of this stretch. I want you to soften the knees, engage the muscles on the back of the legs, and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, rounding the spine, coming to a standing position. Roll the shoulders back and down. Turn your toes out a little bit. You might even walk your feet out as we lift the legs up and down. Adding a little squat stretch. It's going to turn into a frog. Hands lift up. Then we come out to a 5-pointed star, stretching the fingertips wide, breathing in, exhaling out. Another big breath in. And as we exhale, I want you to bend the knees, bend the elbows, and bring the elbows back. Feel that opening of the rib cage, opening of the chest. Now, some people lift their heels off the mat. They can be up or down. It does not matter in your frog. I'm going to take another big breath in, and then slowly push the heels down into the mat to lift up tall, straightening the legs. Hands will then come up, out and down. Now you notice your toes are facing out. I want you to just turn the left toe forward. Place your right hand on the right knee, bend and straighten the knee. Perfect. Now with the knee bent, we're going to hold here for a warrior two, lifting up halfway. Fingertips push out from the center. They stretch long. And then look over your your right shoulder. This is our warrior two. We're going to turn the right palm up and then lift the right hand. As left hand drops, you can wiggle the fingers at the top. You can rotate the arm and then reach a little higher to the sky. Nice big breath in. Exhale out. And we're going to lower down halfway. And then straighten the knee. So both legs are straight, both arms are straight. We're going to push your hips to your left side. Reach your fingertips to the right and feel that stretch on the waistline. We're going to slowly lower the hand down until it touches the leg. Feeling that stretch through and around the hip. Your left hand can be high or it can be on the hip. It could also be on your heart, bringing the shoulder back. It's whatever feels best today. We're creating triangles with the arms, the legs, the torso. So you have these little triangles everywhere, adjusting for your body. Breathing in and exhaling out. You can look down at the ground if that's more comfortable, pushing with the toes. Then look to the side or even up to the sky. Adjusting as needed. Now I want you to place your left hand on the hip and rock the right hand up. It comes up the leg like a spider. Bend and straighten the knee. Turn both toes towards me or to the front. Walk your feet in a little bit and go to a penguin pose. Rocking side to side, shoulders roll back and down. Loosen up any tension you might have. So we're going to do this again. As your toes are facing forward, turn just your left toe out. Place your left hand on that left knee and bend and straighten. If you want to walk the toes a little farther, you can. But then that knee pulls back. We look down and see a big toe on the inside, stretching the inside of the leg. Lifting up halfway. Fingertips push out from the center for our warrior two. We turn our head, looking over the left shoulder. Breathing in. And exhaling out. We're going to turn, left palm up, right hand drops. Reversing our warrior two. You can wiggle the fingers at the top. You might rotate the arm, loosen up the shoulder, and then reach a little higher. Push with the toes and the heels. Feel the lift of the rib cage up through the fingertips. Breathing in, exhaling out. We're going to slowly lower down halfway. And then we straighten the arms and the legs. Fingertips push out as the hips push over. That's right. To the right side, we reach to the left. And then slowly windmill down till fingertip touches the leg. It can be above the knee, below the knee, whatever feels comfortable. Right hand can be high or it might be on the right hip. So you adjust for your body. We're just creating triangles with the arms, the legs, the torso. You can look down at the ground. You can look to the side of the room or up to the sky. Breathing in, exhaling out. So we hold the pose, but not the breath in yoga. Keep continually breathing. Push with your toes, push with your heels, tighten around the rib cage. We're going to have that right hand touch the hip, tighten the muscles on the center as we walk the left fingers up. Bend and straighten the knee and turn the toes towards me. Walk your feet in nice and slow. Readjust, wiggle the fingers, the toes. And we're going to do a balancing pose. Now today we are going to do our tree pose. We're going to shift your weight to the left foot. Right toe goes out to the side. Tighten all the muscles up the left leg. So that's where all the weight is. You can barely even touch the floor with his foot to the side. Place your hands on the hips. Feel the strength through that left heel as it pushes down into the ground. Tighten around the rib cage. I slide my hands from my hips to my ribs and I push with my fingertips to engage the center like someone's going to poke you in the stomach. You tighten everything. And then this toe out here, it might lift up off the ground. Or it can stay down. But most of your weight is right here on the left leg. Your hands might slide to the center and push against one another in a prayer pose. You might get creative and have one hand up, one hand down in our tree. Breathing in and exhaling out. Slowly let the hands come back down to the hips, the legs, and then we're going to rock side to side. Get all the tension off the standing leg, wiggling, wobbly, maybe in a little penguin pose. So we shift your weight to the right. Now this toe is going to tap here in a minute. So we're going to slide your hands up that right leg, tightening the muscles from the knee, pushing the leg, the heel down into the mat, the toes. Hands slide to the hips. And then you can tap the toe, keeping it up or down, it does not matter. Now from here, we're going to slide your hands to the rib cage, tightening the muscles around the center, pushing on the muscles. And then you adjust if you want to lift the toe up or down. It can stay on the ground here. We're just putting most of our weight on the one right leg. We're going to bring your hands heart center, little prayer pose. Breathing in, pushing with the palms of the hand. That might where you want to stay. But if you would like to change, you can have hands up or out and down. Every tree in nature is different, so everyone will be different in their tree. Adjusting for your body. Now we're going to lower the foot down. Bring your hands back to your hips and rock side to side. Readjusting, we'll walk the feet in to our mountain pose once again. Feet are directly under the hips. I want you to bend and straighten the knees. As we straighten the knees, push your fingertips into the quadricep. Let's go back down one more time. We're kind of rubbing the knee, rubbing the leg, tightening up, pushing the heel down, feeling the feet grounded. They're the base of the mountain. Hands will drop for a moment. The shoulders push back and down, kind of roll them up, push them back and lower down, wiggle the fingers. So we're going to move from the base of our mountain to a volcano. Hands are going to lift up high to the sky. The volcano, as the fingers start moving, we have an exploding volcano. It creates heat. Up high. We're going to get ready to say goodbye to the sun. Palms lift up. You might lift that rib cage up a little higher before we go down to the ground. You might lift the heels up. I let them bounce, dropping down. And then the hands come out and down. We're going to add a little squat. Slide the hands down to the knees, sitting back as you feel comfortable. Nice big breath in, and then we're going to go a little bit farther down until we walk our hands forward. They touch the ground. We're going to step back with one foot and then the other. That's your downward dog. And we're going to come onto the knees to the puppy dog. Relax the feet. Push the hips back. The hands stretch out forward. And then come back to the front and lower your head down. Hips are high. Push your hips to the heels of your feet. Now your arms can stretch all the way forward in a child's pose, or you can have your hands to the side or next to the feet. So adjust for your body as your head comes down. Slowing the heart rate, slowing the breath. Inhaling and exhaling out. We're going to lift up to all fours. Going to a cat pose. We arch the back like a cat that's scared or upset. They round the spine, tucking the head under. And then we're going to change, flattening the back. Then push the hips back. And we look forward. Bring your bottom lip over the top lip, stretching the jawline. Breathing in. So exhale, tucking under to the cat. Hips come in towards the shoulders. And we look into the belly button. Inhale, looking forward. Nice, slow, long breaths. Hips push back. Exhale to the cat. Flexion of the spine. It arches the back. Inhale, extension of the spine to the cow, looking forward. One more time, exhaling out. And inhaling to the front. And we're going to come to a nice flat back. For a side cat, we bring left shoulder to the left hip. We look at the left hip. And right shoulder to the right hip, wagging the tail of our cat. So we move side to side. And we'll come right to the center, holding belly button, pulling in. We're going to support with your left hand. Right hand goes out and away. We're going to thread the eye of the needle, which means our hand comes through the space between the knee and the arm. If the hand slides through, you might create tension at the hand. Some people come down to the elbow or the shoulder. Some people even rest their head on the floor. It's wherever it feels comfortable to thread the eye of the needle here. So you have a tabletop. It's called a twisted table because one of the legs has kind of slid underneath when it started to be scooted. One last big breath in. Exhale out, and we'll slide arm back to where it was on the hand. We're going to support with the right hand, left hand going out to the side, and then through the space, coming across and down. Now that tension might just be at the hand. Slide to the elbow. Some people rest the shoulder or even the head on the ground. So adjust for your body wherever it feels best to slide through. And then we'll slowly unthread the needle, comes back to the center. I want you to go into a clockwise pattern, shifting your weight forward. And then we're going to shift your weight to the side. It shifts back and then to the other side. So we kind of do a circular motion with our hips going forward, to the side, back and around. And then we're going to hold forward, push your hips to one side, and we'll just pause. Now you can be on your elbows if that's more comfortable. You can be on your hands as the hips push to one side. The hands are kind of to the other. So we're kind of leaning to the side. You can be on your elbows or on your hands. Stretching around the hip as it pushes out and away. Now we're going to lift the hips back up. Walk your hands to the center and draw that circle. Now you might notice that you're going in the same direction. Reverse that direction, going the other way. So we can stretch the other hip. Coming out and around. And when you're ready, we'll hold at the front and then push your hip to the other side. You can be on your elbows, you can be on your hands. It's whatever feels best for your body today as you push your hip to one side and feel that stretch around the hip. Our side child's pose. Our hands are to the side, hips are pushing away to the other side. We're still on our hands and knees. And we're going to lift back up, walk your hands back to the center, lift up one knee, then the other, and I want you to lean to the side, bring your feet around to the front. I'm going to shake out any tension that you might have created on the knees, rub the knees, shake out the legs, point and flex the feet. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down, shake your head, yes. So we do a spinal twist. We'll bend the left knee, crossing the foot over nice and slow. Right hand comes forward, left hand behind your back. Turning the torso, the shoulders, the neck, and the spinal twist sitting down. Breathing in, expanding the rib cage. And exhaling out. Slowly untwisting, place one hand on the knee, one hand towards the foot, anywhere on the legs. So we cradle and rock our baby side to side. It can be as close or as far away as you choose. And then gently place this foot on the floor. Kind of a half butterfly. We're going to lean into that knee with the left elbow. Right hand touches the right hip. We pull that right toe back. So the toe is pulling towards your nose. And then I want you to look up to the sun. You might even look just a little bit farther behind you. Pulling the hip open up. Feeling the rib cage stretch. Now we're going to start to lean forward to the center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push the breath towards the hips. The hips push back, belly button pulls in. Inhale, expanding the rib cage. Exhale, push the hips back. Push the breath towards the hip. One more time. Big breath in, expanding. Exhale, the hips push back. The breath goes towards the hips, belly button pulls to the spine, and we walk both hands to the straight leg. Now I want you to shift your weight forward so the rib cage goes towards the knee. Your toe still pulls towards your nose, hands just rest wherever they fall. And we're going to bring right hand slowly back behind you. Look over the right shoulder, adding the spinal twist. Reverse triangle sitting down. Breathing in and exhaling out. And we'll come back forward nice and slow. Come back to the center. And we're going to lift up. Bring the knee to the middle. Shake out any tension. Rub the knee if you need. And we'll do that again on the other side. Bending the right knee. Crossing the right foot over if you'd like, or just leave it next door. The left hand sits on the right knee. We bring the right hand behind your back, turning the torso, the shoulders, the neck. That spinal twist sitting down. Breathing in. And exhale out. We're going to come back forward nice and slow. Place one hand on the knee, one hand on the foot to cradle the baby. Rock side to side. Now your hands can be anywhere it's comfortable, on the legs, the knee, the feet. So just rock side to side, loosening up your hips. Place this foot on the floor. The right arm leans into that right knee. Left hand touches the hip. We're going to bring those left toes back towards your nose. Look over the left shoulder, breathing in. Exhaling out. We're going to start to melt forward. You might feel the opening of the hip. You might feel a stretch on the back of the straight leg. The muscles that are tight, they'll talk to you. Take a deep breath in. Send the breath to the tight muscle. Inhaling, expanding the rib cage. Exhaling, pushing the hips back, pushing the breath to the hip as the belly button pulls in. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, pushing back. Belly button comes in. Walk both hands to the straight leg. Hold here and then shift the rib cage forward towards the knee. It does not matter where the hands are, just let them be. Left hand slowly will come back behind you, and we look to the back wall, adding the spinal twist. The reverse triangle sitting down. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Sending the breath to the muscle that's tight. Both hands come to that left leg. They walk around to the other side to the knee. As we lift the knee, extend it out and rub out any tension. I want you to point and flex the feet. We're going to lift one hip, then the other, readjusting the hips. And we're going to bring left arm back, walking like a giraffe. Bring right arm back. Rolling the shoulders, stretching the ribs, opening the chest, stretching the pectoral muscles. And then we'll hold with the hands on the back. We're going to look up to the sky, feel a big stretch, opening the rib cage. Exhaling out. And then we'll look back forward. Slowly bring one hand around and down. Big breath in as the other hand comes around. And then I want you to pull your toes back and hands go out and up. Push the palms to the sky as the toes pull towards your nose. You might adjust one hip then the other. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Another big breath in. Exhale, let the hands fall forward. Anywhere on the legs, it does not matter. And we're going to melt to the front just a little bit. I want you to look up to the sky, lift the chin high. Now the hands can just fall to the sides. They do not have to be on the legs. I'm going to bring the hands to the knees. Slowly sit back up. I want you to bring one hand to each side, and I want you to wiggle the toes back and forth, rotating the leg inside the hip joint, loosening up any tension in the hip. And then bring the bottoms of the feet together. Your hands can be on the legs, on the knees, wherever it feels comfortable. We're going to hold on with the hands as we lean back. Belly button kind of pulls to the spine. We suck in the stomach, create that curvature, hollowing out the stomach. And then I want you to push the belly button forward, lift the chest up, and look up to the sky. It's kind of a back extension. And then we're going to relax back, leaning back, holding on with the hands. Look at the belly button. Then inhale, lifting up, looking forward and up to the sky. Exhale, leaning back. Push all the air out. Inhale, looking up. So we're moving the spine nice and slow. And then just relax in the middle. Place your hands on the knees. We're going to roll like a ball onto your back. However you feel comfortable, you can lean to the side and then go onto your back, or you can roll straight back. So you would decide for yourself. You can roll back and forth, massaging the spine. Rolling like a ball. And eventually we're on our back with our hands somewhere on our legs, the knees, and we'll draw little circles on the ceiling with the knees. And then reverse the direction, go the other way. And then we'll hold here, place your feet on the floor for a bridge pose. We lift the hips up off the mat. Your hands can support the hips if you would like. Or you might have your hands on your heels or your hands out to the side. It's whatever feels best for your body. So we breathe in. And exhale out. We're trying to create a straight line from the knees to the shoulders. Allowing gravity to shift the weight down towards the ground. Bring fresh oxygen to the brain. Creating space between our organs. We're going to lift the heels up off the mat. And then think of the shoulders. We're going to roll down from the shoulders one vertebrae at a time until the tailbone touches the floor. Let the knees sway side to side. Spinal twist. Allow the knees to fall to the left. If you'd like, you can place the left foot on the right knee. Just adjusting for your body, or your feet can be on the floor. It does not matter. Now both feet touch the floor as the knees rock side to side once more. And they fall to the right. If you'd like, you can place the right foot on top of the left knee, adjusting your body, breathing in, exhaling out. Okay. Right foot off the top. Let the knees sway side to side. And then I want you to walk your feet to the center till the toes touch, the heels touch, and then the legs fall in the opposite direction. So it's a sleeping butterfly. You can hold here, or you might add on. It's okay if your feet slide forward a little bit, wherever it's comfortable. If you want to add on, I want you to touch the left hand underneath the left hip. kind of cradles the leg. It holds on to the leg and supports. Right hand tucks under the right hip, tucking under the shoulders, pulling the shoulder blades underneath you, coming closer together. The chest lifts a little bit. Now lift your chin high to the sky and then bring it to the chest. So it goes up and down, shaking your head yes. Pushing the head against the ground, feeling that stretch, massaging the muscles inside the hair in the back of the head. Shake your head no. Turn your head to one side and then the other. Still pushing against the floor. And then shake your head yes again. And we're just going to relax and untuck the left hand, let it fall to the side. Untuck the right hand. Bring the knees to the center and into the chest to give them a squeeze, and we rock side to side. Flattening out the natural curve of the lower back. And then we'll open your arms like a letter T at the top of the mat. Allow both legs to fall to the left as we look to the right. Now you can extend out one leg, both legs. You can keep the legs bent. You can cross the ankles. Whatever feels best. So you choose. Breathing in. The head turns, it looks away from the feet. Exhale, close the eyes. Slow the breath. Breathing in. Exhaling out. When you're ready, we'll slowly bend the knees, bring them back to the center, and rock side to side. For a full spinal twist on the other side, the legs fall to the right, whichever side you were not on before. Extend out one leg or both legs if that's more comfortable. Just adjust for your body. Turning the head away from the feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, close the eyes, melt into the stretch. So we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. The knees slowly come back to the center. Kind of rock side to side. Place your hands on the knees. Give them a little squeeze. Lengthen the legs towards the sky. Point and flex the feet. Now I want you to flex the feet. Bring your toes towards your nose and kick the heels towards the sky. Kind of straighten out the back of the leg. I want you to feel that stretch on the back of the leg. Maybe behind the knee. Maybe up the calf. Maybe around the heel of the foot. You choose. So we push the heels up. Your hands might bring the legs a little closer. Breathing in, exhaling out. And then soften the knees. Let the legs fall to the sides in our joyful, happy baby. Now you can rock the baby side to side. You can be a silly baby, kicking the feet to one side and then the other. You can have the legs bent or straight. It does not matter. Just adjust for your body, breathing in, exhaling out. Have your hands on the bottoms of the feet, pushing the knees down into the ground. And then we'll bring the knees back to the center. Give the legs a squeeze, a gentle hug. Back in that ball. And then we'll place your feet on the floor. Lengthen your toes to one side of the room. Fingertips to the other side of the room. Stretching, growing a little longer. A little taller. And then the hands come down next to the legs. So you roll the shoulders back and down. Flex the feet and then make a fist with the hands and tighten all the muscles in the body. Tighten, tighten, squeeze, wrinkle the nose, and then release. Feeling the difference of the relaxed body. Now this is your corpse pose. It's yours for rest and relaxation or whatever you choose today. So we just close our eyes, clear the mind, and let the body be at peace. Keeping your eyes closed, I want you to wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. Take a deep breath in. And then roll over onto whatever side is right for you. Taking a few more moments for rest and relaxation. Breathing in. Exhaling out. When you're ready, I want you to let your eyes gently flutter open. Slowly walk yourself up to an easy sit position. You can have the legs straight or they can be bent or anywhere in between. So we draw a little circular motion, loosening up the back, awakening the spine. And then reverse the direction so we go the other way. Then come to the center, lift the shoulders to the ears, push back and exhale down. Another big breath in, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. One more time. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. And release, exhale down, the hands fall to the sides. Inhale up to the sky. And then we come down heart center, put a little pressure with the palms. Feel that stretch in the back, underneath the shoulder blade. Then let the fingertips touch. We'll tuck the hand underneath, stretching the back of the wrist. Lower the hands, lower the shoulder. We breathe in, shake your head, yes, loosening up the neck. Shake your head, no. Then shake your head, yes again. When you're ready, we'll inhale, lifting up. And exhale out and down. Releasing toxins. Inhale for the body. Inhale for the mind. Inhale for the spirit. Bring your hands heart center. And namaste. And thank you for joining us today for a little bit of yoga. If you want to practice getting on and off the floor, we'll bring your feet to one side, your hands to the mat, and we'll come to all fours. From here, we're going to take one foot out to the side while the other foot digs into the ground behind. We're going to kind of rock back and forth a little bit. You have one hand on your knee, one hand on the floor. And when you're ready, we're going to straighten the back leg. Front knee is still bent. You rock back and forth like a rocking horse. Walk your hand up the leg. That little rocking horse. And then when you're ready, you can walk the hands up till your head comes up high. step forward and you're safe.